28 years later, The Bone Temple is out in theaters, directed by Nia Da Costa, written by Alex Garland, starring Jack O'Connell, Ralph Fiennes, Alfie Williams, and Erin Kellyman. This is the fourth installment in the 28 series, and for those of you that don't know, we had 28 days later, then 28 weeks later, and now Danny Boyle and Alex Garland have come back together and decided to finish the trilogy with a trilogy of films. 28 years later, The Bone Temple, which were both shot back to back, and there's a final third movie planned if they can get a budget for it, with Garland writing and Danny Boyle set to come back to direct it. Anyway, this follows directly from 28 years later. Spike was just picked up by the lunatic band of psychopathic Jimmy Savile Power Rangers at the end of the last movie. They continue to roam the countryside, murdering innocent people and rage zombies alike. Meanwhile, Dr. Kelson continues to try and establish some kind of relationship with the alpha he nicknamed Samson, pumping him with the calming mixture of drugs in the hopes of maybe, perhaps, reaching the clouded mind of the original person underneath. And of course, these two groups will inevitably meet and clash. So I gotta say, I was very hyped for 28 years later after the insanely good trailer featuring the Boots poem. And I ended up liking that movie, thinking it was good, but not fantastic. And now I had sort of the opposite experience. I didn't really know what to expect from Bone Temple. I haven't really watched any of the promotional material, and I found it phenomenal. First of all, Dr. Kelson, played by Ralph Fiennes, was my favorite character of the previous film, and he basically becomes the main hero now, which is great. I find him unique, fascinating. He's a really interesting character who is clearly fucking nuts in some ways, but he's also really kind and empathetic and just a force of good in this bizarre world, no matter how you look at him. Fiennes plays this guy to perfection, and he even gets a scene which must have been a blast film, which I don't want to spoil. Let's just say it involves Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast as a needle drop. That's as much as I'm saying. It's one of the most memorable sequences of the last couple of years, just a total banger. It's also great how Kelson is contrasted with Sir Jimmy Crystal, who is completely opposite. He's a despicable, irredeemable, psychopathic villain. They have a really cool scene together when they first meet. Great conversation. I think Alfie Williams continues to be very good, although he definitely plays second string in this movie to the other two guys. And where the previous film was about him growing up and navigating through these different life philosophies that adults in your life can teach you, this is much more about two of those fleshed out philosophies coming into conflict. One being the kind of twisted version of religious zealotry where you do awful things because you believe your deity wants you to. And the other, the kind of atheistic resignation that sort of, I don't want to say nihilism, but probably existentialism, the realization that, to quote the film, there's only us, which is also a brilliantly delivered line by Kelson that sums up his whole worldview. I think the violence and brutality and the graphic nature of this film is even stronger than the previous ones. I mean, there are some nasty things happening here, right from the opening scene, which made my leg hurt just watching it. I think Nia Da Costa doesn't shy away from those scenes. Quite the opposite. She forces you to sit through them and confront the evil of humanity. Because that's another thing. Out of all the movies in the franchise, this one has the least amount of infected in it. And they're kind of an afterthought. It deals more with people more than anything else. What else? Great music, great cinematography, and the ending managed to really hit that hopeful, noble note that you so desperately need after the last two films. Again, not to spoil anything, but the final line spoken by one of the characters in the ending is really efficient at quickly telling you, yes, this guy is still noble and good, no hesitation. And yeah, through it all, The Bone Temple managed to be just straight up an enjoyable movie. I was laughing, I was shocked, I was touched, I was disgusted, but I was never once bored. It's fresh and unique and really, really entertaining. Loved this one and can't wait to see how this trilogy ends.